back to Stoneblock 2. This is Purple Monkeys. In the last episode, we were working on making this Magmatic Generator a little bit more efficient, and we created one speed upgrade, and I've gone ahead and I've made another 3. So you can see there we're doing about 200 RF per tick, which is working really well. You can see everything is ticking along quite nicely. And I also, in between episodes, so after we finished the last episode, I went ahead and I put another hammer, auto hammer, on the other side of the cobblestone generator. So there's just a tiny little flat transfer node, so one of these, in between the two. So I've got the hammer and then I've got another sieve. So this is creating all of these sorts of minerals and ores. So I wanted to get the things that you get out of gravel as well as the things that you get out of dust. So this is the things that you get out of dust. Some of them are quite similar. You can see you get gold and silver, but with this one you get things like iron and emeralds. You do get diamonds as well, so I did want to make sure that we weren't losing any critical sort of ores, or gems. So yeah, the only thing that we haven't done is we haven't connected this up to the drawers. So at the minute I've made a bit of a gap, but I haven't actually connected that back up. So the things that it's producing are just staying inside this grid here and this grid up there. I also made sure that it had power, so I just created another GPS marker and linked it to those extra 2 boxes there. I had to do a lot of mining to get all of this to work, because we also needed to get another couple of these water mills. I moved this one out a little bit. Originally I had it on that square there and it said it was producing 8 power. Now putting it here, it's producing 12, so that's better. And these two on the edges are producing 10. There's probably a better way of making sure that they produce like that optimum power. If anybody knows what that is, feel free to mention that in the comments down below. But for the minute, for this Stoneblock tutorial sort of thing, at the minute it's good enough. It's making sure that this is working all the time, so the resonator, we don't need to use the manual mill anymore, and it's making sure that these speed upgrades are all working as well. So yeah, when I went to do a bit of mining, I ran into a fair few mobs. So I had to make myself some iron armor here, and it was just a standard iron armor recipe, so you can find that if you type that in. There you go. So it did cost a bit of armor, a bit of iron, sorry, to make the armor. So that was not great because we needed all the iron we could get, but I thought it was worth it. I also made a shield as well. Okay, I think that's all I did in between episodes. And what I'd like to do in this one is, as I said before, we need to join up the all of the little steves in a box, and we also need to compress the ones that need compressing and smelting as well. So for example, on this bottom one here, we don't want to just pile up all these gold ore pieces. We want to compress them so that they're into a chunk, and then we want to smelt them so that we've got the actual ingots. So we'll be working on that one in this episode as well. Also, when I went mining, I don't know if you've noticed, but in my hotbar here I managed to pick up some crates, and I thought we'd open those together. So let's have a look and see what these are. Let's just right click with this one. This is just a clay loot crate, so it gets you some clay. And this one is common. We have 5 of those, so let's right click. So we get squid bait in a cyclic building scepter. Okay, let's see what else. Slime ball and a cow halter. That'll be useful for when we actually start using cows. Raw fish and raw beef. Wheat and egg. A pink chicken egg, and slime ball again. Okay, so interesting things. I'm not sure where we're going to put them. I suppose we could put all the egg sort of things and the wheat and the beef in here. We could even put the cow halter in there because it's sort of to do with animals. Rare things, that would be the slime. Clay, can we put clay in there? Have we got clay balls? Yes, we have clay balls. So let's make that into clay balls and we can put that in there. And the cyclic building scepter, we'll put that in the things already made. Okay. Right, so we have the transfer node, and I'm not using a flat one for this to link these boxes here into our storage here. I'm just going to use a normal one. And that's just because I like to see where the pipes are actually going, just to make sure it's working okay. So actually we need to make a compressor first, don't we? We need to make, yeah, just one compressor, and we'll have the pipes coming from this block and this block going into the compressor, which is going to go into a furnace. And I think we already have a furnace. I think we have a redstone furnace, yeah, here. So we'll take that out. So what we need is a compressor, and I don't think we have one of those already. We have a compacting drawer, but I'm not entirely sure what that does, and for the minute I think I'd be more comfortable just making a compressor. Do we have that saved in the... We have a pull... There it is. I thought we had it saved in the bookmarks here, so yes we do. Auto compressor. So that's iron, more iron, crafting tables. Okay, we do have a lot of iron now. Nope, we need to have blocks, don't we? So was it 2 blocks, I think? Just the 1 block. Iron around the outside and crafting tables. We just need normal crafting tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it was. Yeah, and there we go, auto compressor. Right, so this is going to need power as well, and I'm aware that our battery is running out. So we're going to need to work on making another magmatic generator as well, I think. I think that's all we need, because the cobblestone generator is producing enough. The magma's always full. So we just need another generator. Let's see if we can make... Do we have one already? No. Let's see if we can make another one of those as well, because we are going to run out of power soon. So that's gold, lava, a furnace generator, and some redstone. So furnace generator, machine block. I think we have one of those. Yeah. We might be able to make a few of these actually. Let's get some gold. Gold is quite rare here. I'm not finding a lot of gold, so that's a bit worrying. Okay, so, oh, and a lava bucket. That's going to be here. We need to empty out that water. There we go. Right, lava we can take from here. Right. Let's just make sure I don't accidentally spill lava all over the place. Okay, so we should be able to make that. So we need 2 redstone and some cobblestone. Take a few of those out of there. Right, so we need to make some furnaces. Let's make 6 of those. Let's change some of that into normal redstone. Okay, let's see how many of these we can make. So we can make 3, which is good. Furnace generators. And then we can make 1 of those. Then we need to refill the bucket. That's 2. Let's see if we can get a 3rd one. That's 3. Okay, so we're going to need to make, or let's see if we have any fluid transfer pipes, transfer nodes. I thought we did. I seem to have lost all of my my transfer nodes? I could have sworn that we had some. There they are. Just can't see them for looking. And I think we can make those into flat ones as well, but I'm not sure about doing that. Again, I like to see where the pipes are going. So I might just put another one here and just pipe it in. Is that going to work? Am I going to get enough? I don't want it to... Yeah, I'm not sure I'm getting the lava across here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Okay. What about... What about if we did make them flat? Let's have a look. Let's get that bucket out of there. So we need the anvil. There it is. Okay, so the anvil on top of a fluid node. That gets us 8 of those. So let's have a think about this. So if we put, let's break some of these blocks away. If we put the fluid node there, magma generator there, and then a fluid node here. So that's a shift right click, by the way. There we go, so that's working. All right, then we can put the speed upgrades. We'll put the speed upgrades on the back one. And then we need to get the power out of there. So that was the energy transfer node. Where has that gone? That's fluids, items. Did I not have an energy one? I might not have done because it was actually connected to it. Let's put another one of these here and another one of these here. So we've got quite a lot of them now. That's going to really put some strain on this cobblestone generator. And on the heating element down below. But they seem to be filling up, so that's a good sign. It doesn't seem to be under too much strain. And that one's already full. So we need an energy transfer node. So that's that one, the yellow one. But we need that on all of these. So we need one on each one. So we need to make some more energy transfer nodes. Alright, so gold, redstone and pipes. We probably should have everything we need there. So it's just 1, 2, and we already have 1. So that should be enough there. So we're shift, right clicking on there, there and there. And we're taking the pipe across, but we're going to need to get the crescent hammer because we don't want it to go places where we don't want it to go. So let's see if we can break that pipe going up in the back. We might have to, what I might do is just break some of these just so I can get to everything. Yeah, we don't want that there. We want it to come around this way, this way. We don't want that there. And we want it to come from this one into here. And we don't want that there. Is that filling up quite quickly? Let's turn off, we'll stop it from pushing energy up and just see how quick it's going to generate. Now these, we could put some more speed upgrades on them. We have 4 grid power left. Is that keeping up? It looks to be. There we go. So it's going up quite quick. Or it did. Now it's gone back down again. Where is that energy going? Maybe they are all trying to power each other. I'm not sure. It seems to be filling up now. Okay, we'll leave that running for a little bit. The battery's, yeah, battery's got enough to keep these going. So while that's doing its thing, I'm sure I keep telling that to stop pushing it up as well, and every time I go back in it's on. That's a bit weird. Right, so that we'll let that do its thing. These are going to slow down because they're going to run out of energy, which is fine. And what we need to do now is take some of this out and put it in the compressor. We have another generator as well, don't we? We made 4. So we'll leave that one for now and we'll just carry on with the compressor. So that's here. So let's put that, we can put it directly under this one, but also join the other one to it. I think we could have a go. So we want the flat item transfer node, shift right click underneath, compressor here. Right, now, yeah, I'm running into problems already because I don't want the redstone to go in there. I only want certain things, so I'm going to remove that, and I need to put a filter on this. So I'm not sure how you can do that with a flat transfer node. Oh, okay, so I just did a control right click and this has brought up this here. This is what we need. We need the filter to go in here. So I think you can only do this as well with a flat transfer node in your hand at the same time. You see how it changes? It's highlighting in green. So if that's happening, then that's working. If I move on to something else, you can't actually highlight it. Okay, so you have to have one of these things in your hand at the same time. Right, so we need to go and make a filter. So let's see what we need to make a filter. Right, there's lots of different filters that you can make. We just want a standard filter here. So it looks like this. So it's like a, well, yeah. So it looks like this. And then we've got redstone, sticks, and string. So we have redstone, we have sticks, we don't have string, which is there. And there it is. Okay, now we need to tell it what to put inside of it. So we need to grab the things out that need to be compressed. So that's that, that, and that. Those are the only things we want to come out of that. So if we right click on the filter now, it brings up this grid here and you can tell it what you want. So if I shift click that in there, it's going to put a gold ore piece in there. Now it's not a real gold ore piece, you're just telling it that that is what you want to have in your filter. That is going to come through the filter. So we do the same for the silver and the nickel. Okay. I think that's it. We press escape. I think that's saved in the filter. So now if we control right click on this filter at the bottom, shift click, you can see as well there, you can see in the filter it says 1 gold ore, 2 silver ore, 3 nickel ore. So if we were to shift click that in there, that would be what would come through the filter, but we also need to have those ores from here as well. We might need to make another filter. I think that would be easier actually. So for this one, we'll just concentrate on this one sieve and control right click with a node in your hand, shift click, and that will place the filter in there. Right, so now if we put the auto compressor underneath, it should only start to bring in the ore pieces if I've done it right. So we don't have any ore pieces in there right now, and I can't force them to go back in there, so we can't test it just yet. Oh look, the battery's full, so what we can do is set that to up, and that will start pushing energy up into here. These should all start working again now. it should start to find some ore pieces, and they should appear briefly in here and then go straight into the auto compressor down below. Yeah, so we've got silver ore piece. When there is enough to compress, it will compress it and then put it over here. Right, so we need to power this because it's got no power at the minute, it's just collecting. So I think I already have, I've got one left, a GPS marker here. So we're going to shift right click on that block there, and then right click in there, shift click in here, and there we go, it's sucking all the power out. And that should start to work. Once it has enough, it should compress it into an ore chunk. So I think this one's going to work first. So the silver ore should turn into a silver chunk once there are 4 of them. Okay, so, oh, there we go. So it's worked. And then from here, we're going to push that into a furnace. But what we need to do is make another filter so it comes out of here and take it into the compressor. So we need another filter. So that was string and sticks, I think, and redstone. So we have all of that. Right, can we put some of these in here? Yes, we can. So I've just shift clicked all those little ore pieces in here, and you can see it's compressing everything that it has for a group of 4. Okay, so now we need to have a look again at this one. So we right click on it. For all of the ore pieces, I'm taking them all out. There we go. I'm going to right click on the filter, and I'm going to shift click all those ore pieces in there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that should be everything. Now we're going to place the item transfer node, and I'm going to do a normal one this time so we can see the pipe coming out of it. It's going to try and connect. When we put a pipe down, it's going to try and connect to each of these little steves, so it's going to be quite annoying. And then we also want to have the furnace, so we want to have the furnace here, I think. So we kind of want that to come around the back. So we want the filter to be, the item node to be on the bottom. If we right click on that, we get the filter over this side this time. So shift click, we'll put that in there. Then we want to have the pipe coming out. Oh, shift right click and bring it round the back here. It's going to try and join to everything, which is fine. Let's just knock all those pipes off. So we don't want it on there. We don't want it on there. And we don't want it on there. Okay, so it's coming around the back. It's not going to get in the way of anything here. All the way down to the bottom. Let's get rid of all those. So right click, right click, right click. And then we're going to have that going into the bottom box here. There we go. So we should get more ores coming through now. So we've got silver, gold, aluminium, and now we get iron. Iron is coming from this one up here because gravel is finding the iron. So the sieve for the gravel is finding the iron. So if we shift click all of these ores in here again, you'll see they're all getting nicely compressed, ready to be smelted. So now we can use a furnace, but we don't want a normal furnace. We're going to use the redstone furnace, which is here. And we're going to put that just here. And we want to have, I wonder, do we need to have that there? Yes, we do. Sometimes you can configure these machines to have like an output on the right, so you don't actually need to have the nodes there. But for this one, there is no output to the right. So we are going to need to have a flat item node. And I don't think we have any more left. They are the red circles. Let's have a look. Found some ore on the floor there. Okay, so the red circles. Nope. So we need the anvil and the transfer node there. That makes another 8. There we go. Let's take those out of there. All right. So we want so it's a shift right click to get things out of that and put it into the furnace. Now this needs power as well, and we didn't have any more GPS markers. Have we got enough space? We have one GPS space left. Okay, so we're running out of space already. So what do we need? We need, I'm just checking we don't have any in here, but we need paper, we need blue dye, which is lapis and bone meal, and we need a stick, I think. So let's make the dye. Let's make a couple of those. All right, let's see. Yeah, just a stick on the bottom. There we go. So let's give this one power. So shift right click. Let's look in there. Shift left click, and that's placed it in there. And that's powering up. Okay, so it's not cooking any ores right now. So why is it not pushing any ores out? Let's just see if it can accept a chunk. It might not be able to accept this. Let's see. They all work slightly differently. No, it can take it. So why was it not pulling it in? Oh, this is a machine that you can configure. This is like the one I was telling you about earlier. Where has that gone to? It's pushed it out there. Okay, so let's have a look and let's configure this. So redstone control disabled, that's fine. Configuration. So we don't want anything coming in from the left, but we do want it going out. So I've just changed that so that it's a black square, so that I'm saying there is nothing going out that side. I think you can set it, yeah, you can set it so there's nothing there at all. Yeah, and it seems to be pulling them in okay now. So it's pulling it in from the left and it's just holding on to it. What we need to do is then store it, and what we could do, because we've got plenty of wood, for now what we could do is we could just make a big double chest. Let's take some more wood out of here. It's not a great solution, but temporarily it'll do. We probably are going to end up with a lot of ores, so yeah, it's probably not a great solution. Is that going to connect? I'm not sure it is. Let's see, can I push it out? So into the blue, out of the orange. So if I want that to push out to the right hand side of the block. Yeah, so we've got 10 silver sorry, can't speak, 10 silver ingots in there, but it's not pushing out. It's not grabbing the rest. So I think that's because this one on the left has to be into the blue, out of the orange. Did I say that before? I can't remember if I told you the right thing. Into the blue, out of the orange. So it's coming in from the left hand side of the block, pushing out to the right. And on this side we can take that off. You can see here that it's changing. Yeah. So top and bottom we want nothing. Round the corner we want nothing. To the left of the block, so this side here is pushing in from the blue, and this side here is pushing out from the orange. That should be working okay now. There we go, we can start to put all of our ores in there now. Alright, so yeah, that's very slowly going to be working through each of these. Now this we need to have going in here. We can take out these ore pieces as well now, because we've got somewhere to get these processed. Let's take them all out. And we shouldn't see any more of these coming in there. So let's put them all in here. And we can see if this is working. If it starts to put things in the drawers that are ore pieces, we know that it's not working. Right, that seems to be working okay. Let's take that out of there, put it in there. Right, so the only thing that's left to do now is to set up the drawers. So for the minute, I know it's not going to look great, but let's just put some cobble down there so I can get around the back. So what we need to do then is we need to have the contents from this, not here, from the sieve. So for everything that's not getting filtered, we need it to go into these drawers. And the same for that one as well. So that's going to be, we're going to probably get blocked in here, but we'll sort that out. It's going to be a transfer node, and it's going to be an item transfer node. And we're going to need some pipes. And it's just a case of putting it into the slave. Let's check which one is the slave. I think it's the bottom one. So let's make a bit more space because we're going to get blocked in. Okay, so we want to come from here. So that's shift right click on the bottom one. We're going to have pipes. Oops. Shift right click for the pipes. We don't want it to get connected there, so let's just break that off. And we're going all the way around and into the bottom box, which is the controller. I can take that light away. Okay, so it's going in there. All right, so that should start to empty out now. And hopefully it's not going to disturb this process here. It's not going to take those out. So if we start to see all pieces going in there, we know that it's coming out of the sieve too quick. It should be going through the filter process. So far so good. And what we can do is the same for this one. It's going to have to go all the way around the back. So we've got, it's going to be this block there. So that's wood, that's the drawers. So it's just above the drawers, that's the block I'm looking for. Okay, so we want pipes coming all the way down here. We're going to have to disconnect them from the drawers if I can get to them. So all the way down, disconnect it there. That might work, just have it going into the same pipe. Let's have a look. So we want transfer node on this side with a pipe. Whoops, shift right click. We don't want that connecting there. And we do want to pipe that way. So hopefully that's connected all the way through. Okay, so let's see. That's slowly sucking the things out. Seems to be putting them in here. Yeah, here we go. Look, we're seeing some ore chunks going in here. So it's not working as I wanted. So what we'll have to do is have to put a filter on the other side as well to say everything but the ore pieces. Yeah, it's not working quite as I wanted, which is a shame. That means we've got to break some of these things and try again. So the only ones that, so that's iron and aluminium. And what's that one? That's lead. The rest of it's working really well. It's just a little bit to do with the filter. So this needs another filter in here. So let's make another filter. We're going to need another 2. So 1, 2. Right, now it's going to be more tricky because things are combining now. let's take this one off. So this filter is saying everything that is tin, copper, iron, aluminium, lead and osmium. So we need a filter that says everything that is not those things. So tin, copper, iron, aluminium, lead, osmium. And we need to have those things in our hand really, so we can tell it what we need to go where. So it's going to get messy for a little bit and then we'll sort it out. So we want to put the string away. Let's make sure we have plenty of space. We want to put those away, furnace away, redstone away, the iron, diamonds, bone meal we'll put in there. Okay, that should give us plenty of room now. Okay, so let's check that filter again. So tin, copper, iron. Let's just do those for the minute. Tin, copper, iron. Let's open up one of these filters. So we got tin, copper and iron. We've got tin, copper, iron. All right, what else was it? Aluminium, lead and osmium. Right, we don't have any lead. Let's see, do we have any lead here? We don't have any lead pieces. Oh, there we do. Okay. Right, so it was all of those things. So for this filter, we want to say anything but those. Now, let's see. We want to put those in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. And it's a blacklist. We're saying anything but those. Let's try that. So it's a blacklist and that's a whitelist, which means it will accept those, and the whitelist, blacklist means it will not accept any of those. Right. So let's put the node back on. So it's a transfer node, items. Put the pipe back on. Disconnect it from there. Now in this filter, we're saying, because this one is going down into the compressor, so we're saying for this filter, we want all of these things. Now for this filter here, we're saying anything but those things. And we need to do the same with this one as well. This one is, yeah, slightly trickier to get to, but we should be all right. So we need another item transfer node because I don't think we have any. We have a flat one, but I want to use, yeah, we do. I want to use a normal one. Right, so for this one, let's break this one. So this one says, where's the filter for that one? The filter is under here, isn't it? Because it's part of the compressor. Right, we have to have a flat item node in our hand, remember? Do we have one? Yep. Let's have a look at that. So it's gold, silver, nickel. That's fairly easy. Gold, silver, nickel. So this filter is gold, silver, nickel. Silver, nickel, gold, and it's a white blacklist, so anything but that. And that's going to go in. Let's just put a piece of cobblestone down there. That's going to go in this side. right click on there, put the filter in there and connect up the pipes. Right, now let's take everything out of here that shouldn't be in here and see if that has fixed it. Oops, didn't mean to pick that up. Right, are we seeing any ore pieces coming in? Not yet. I'm not sure why those emeralds aren't stacking together. We have too many emeralds to stack. Yeah, maybe they're just stacking where they can. Maybe they're not searching. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. I thought it should actually stack. It should find what it's looking for and put it in there. Put it in the right place in these drawers, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. But at the very least, the filters seem to be working. There's nothing going in there that shouldn't be going in there. Is this working as well? Yep, nothing in there that shouldn't be in there. Are these coming out? Yeah, very slowly they're coming out. Yeah, it all seems to be working. So we're getting there. It's not very pretty right now. I might shift things around to make it look a little nicer. But yeah, it seems to be working for now. So what I'll do is I'll leave it there for this one. We've made it a little tidier, a little bit more efficient. We've got a lot more magmatic generators. So it's keeping up with the power, just about. Yeah, so it's looking good. So I will leave it there for this episode and I will catch you in the next.